She turned as she was grabbed abruptly and let out a scream that was cut off as she was slammed to the ground, biting her tongue with her sharpened teeth. Blood poured from her mouth as she gasped for air as the men began to wrap a rope around her wrists. What? She choked and spat blood as they forced her up, her silver hair a mess as they tilted her face up. No doubt! This is a Hawaiian Child! One man snarled. She has to have been the one to summon the Fenrir! Papa? She squeaked as she was slapped across the face. She growled a bit. Things bad. No! Someone shouted, catching sight of her teeth. She is a Fenrir! A great wolf! I'm not... She gasped as she was dragged by her wrists, the position dislocating her shoulders. She winced as her back was scratched by the dirt. Avenge the king! The queen! Solgario! More men and women joined in the choir of screams as she was dragged. She glanced around with black and blue eyes in confusion. She had no idea what was going on. She just came to buy honey and flowers. She gasped in pain as she was lifted high, a rope squeezing her neck in that painful sensation her old collar once gave her. For Solgario! She gasped as she was kicked and the rope tightened with a crack. She gasped as she reached out, gripping fur as she choked and gasped on air. Hot tears pooled down her face as she could still feel the noose around her neck. Shh, shh. Cold fingers gently waved across her face, pulling her from her dream. Snatcher, she spoke in a hoarse, strained voice. Calm down first. He kept his voice low, a far cry from his normal tone. Minions were in a panic because you were screaming out. She whimpered and turned to bury her face against him, and he shifted to wrap around her as she cried. Sorry. I'm sorry. She spoke muffled as she hid her face against him. I can't understand you when you're buried against my chest. He sighed and stroked her hair. She gave a small nod and stayed there, trying to get the tears to stop. You good? He sighed. He wasn't sure what to do. She shook her head and pulled away, looking up at him with wet eyes, her blue eye glowing faintly in the darkness. Please stay. Please. I can't. She choked, unable to get the words out. He stared at her momentarily, caught in the distress she exhibited. He nodded and picked her up, coiling his tail and setting her on top, and lay down with her. I'll stay until morning. Well, our morning. I'm realizing I forgot to change the music off of my background music. Oh, I'm so sorry. He stared at her momentarily, caught in the distress she exhibited. He nodded and picked her up, coiling his tail and setting her on top and way down with her. I'll stay until morning. Well, our morning, he chuckled. You're warm, so I guess I don't mind. She stared and gave a small smile, nodding as she curled against him and gave a heavy sigh. She closed her eyes, but shot them open once again when she choked on breath, gripping at her neck. The ghost sat up a bit and placed his hand over her eyes. Don't focus on the dream. Focus on me. I'm right here. Why? She held his hand against her face as she began crying again. It just hurts. Hurts so much. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. But it hurts. She shifted and gripped her upper arms in a fashion he knew all too well, and shuddered. I didn't do it. Whatever they were angry about. He flinched at her words, stinging a little too close to home. He sighed and pushed her into his fur. Hush, little sun drop. Close your eyes and rest. The morning will come swifter. Know that you are blessed. He sang lowly, his reverberating voice creating its own harmony. Hush, little sundrop, I know the fear is nigh, but don't fear the children. Don't fear, But know when the morning comes, it will say goodbye. She began to relax as she listened to the ghost lullaby. She leaned into his mane and gave a heavy sigh as she closed her eyes. Hush, little sundrop, the night is over soon. Don't fear the threats, the children of the moon. Hush, little sundrop, close your eyes and sleep. Know that the morning comes when the birds will cheep. Hush, little sundrop, hush, hush, hush. He gave a soft smile as he felt her breathing even out and her shoulders relaxed as she laid against him. He sighed and nuzzled against her. The warmth she gave off was a thing he thought he'd never have again. He couldn't help smiling as he looked at her sleeping face and brushed away her remaining tears. He closed his eyes, allowing himself some rest as well. That chapter's coming up soon, actually. How long have I been doing OWO? I don't mind doing OWO, but sometimes it can get tiring on my throat.
Oh, good. I could actually stop doing OWO. I did OWO for like 10 minutes more than it needed. Oh, can you not hear the music? Is my music not working?